Many people believe their lives are small because of limited circumstances, lack of money, opportunities, or luck. But the deeper truth is this: life is not small, our thinking is. Ravi's story is a clear example of that. He was not rich or outstanding, just an employee working in a narrow printing shop. Each day passed the same way, repeating itself in safety and familiarity. Ravi once had dreams. He loved art, loved design, and longed to create beautiful things. But when his family faced hardship and his father became seriously ill, financial pressure weighed heavily on him. Slowly, he convinced himself that dreaming was a luxury. He chose to live realistically, accepting stability instead of pursuing his passion. No one forced him to give up his dreams. There was no real wall blocking his way. The only thing holding him back was fear and limitation in his own mind. He believed he was small, so his life became small as well. This story teaches us something important. When we shrink our thinking, we shrink our future. And every great change begins with the courage to think bigger. Ravi did not lack ability. What he lacked was the courage to overcome his fear. Whenever a new idea appeared in his mind, instead of nurturing it, he let anxiety silence it. He feared failure. He feared judgment. He feared that if he tried and failed, he would lose everything he already had. So Ravi chose safety. He told himself that being realistic was the right thing to do. He limited himself with thoughts like, "I'm just a printing shop worker. I'm not good enough." And "don't dream too far." These repeated thoughts slowly became beliefs. Outwardly, Ravi worked hard every day. He earned enough to survive. No one criticized him, but inside he felt empty. Not because he had failed, but because he had never truly given himself a chance. Fear is not loud. It does not push us down immediately. It whispers, making us doubt ourselves and slowly shrink our dreams. Ravi lived this way for a long time, existing, but not truly living. The story reminds us that often what holds us back is not our circumstances, but the invisible fear within our minds. Sometimes life does not change because of a dramatic event, but because of a simple question asked at the right moment. For Ravi, everything began with a question from Mr. Ayer. If no fear or limits were stopping you, what would you do? The question was quiet and gentle, yet it touched Ravi deeply. For the first time in years, he truly paused to think. Before that, he had been busy with work and excuses for staying safe. He had never asked himself what he truly wanted without fear of failure or judgment. That night, Ravi could not sleep. The question echoed in his mind. He looked around his small room, then out the window at the shining stars. In that silent moment, he allowed himself to think freely. No limits, no excuses, no fear. Deep inside, he realized he still longed to design, to create, and to share his talent. What he lacked was not opportunity, but permission to dream again. From that simple question, Ravi began to see life differently. And that shift in thinking opened a new path for his future. After a night of deep reflection, Ravi understood that he did not need to change his life in one day. He did not need to quit his job or take a huge risk. What he needed was a small but brave decision to begin. The next morning, he went to the printing shop as usual. He cleaned the floor, arranged the papers, and operated the old machine. But inside, he was no longer the same person. Instead of letting his dreams sleep, he decided to stay 1 extra hour each day to practice design. Just 1 hour, but it was an hour of commitment to himself. He started creating new posters, experimenting with colors and layouts. No one asked him to do it. No one paid him. Yet day by day, his skills improved. Using his simple phone, he shared his designs online. At first, there was no response. No one noticed. But he did not quit. This time, he was not working for recognition. He was working because his thinking had changed. Then one day, someone liked his work. Later, someone left a positive comment. Those small signs gave him strength. Ravi realized that real change does not come from giant leaps, but from consistent daily steps. When he dared to think bigger, he also dared to act, even in small ways. And through persistence, a new door slowly began to open in his life. As time passed, Ravi's small efforts began to bring results. Not in a loud or dramatic way, but steadily and surely. One day, a local shop owner entered the printing shop and said he had seen Ravi's designs online. He wanted Ravi to create one for his store. In that moment, Ravi's hands trembled with both excitement and fear. But this time, he did not let fear control him. He said yes. He poured his heart into the project, adjusting every detail, choosing colors carefully, and arranging the layout thoughtfully. When he finished, the customer smiled with satisfaction. It was not just praise, it was confirmation of the change within Ravi. Gradually, more people learned about him. His job at the printing shop remained the same. The road outside the window was still busy, but Ravi was different. He walked with confidence. His eyes no longer looked down, but forward. When Mr. Ayer visited again and joked, "Did you clean the window?" Ravi smiled and replied, "No, I cleaned my thinking." Life did not change overnight, but when Ravi changed his thoughts, he changed his actions, and those actions quietly transformed his future. When thinking expands, a person begins to grow with it. The core lesson of the story: people do not fail because life is too hard, but because they think too small. Thoughts shape the future. When you dare to think big, you gradually grow into that vision. Change begins inside before it appears outside. Ask yourself, am I living small because of my circumstances or because of fear? Do I have the courage to think bigger? When thinking changes, life changes.